Hi, welcome back, and I'm just going to jump straight into it. Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and void, and darkness was over the surface of the depth. And the Spirit of God was moving over the surface of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning one day. Okay, that's the only actual verse I'm going to read, but I wanted to actually start it with something from the Bible. And this is just my thoughts on the creation story, why it's here, why it's broke down the way it is. Okay, and in this first one, you get the fact that, hey, when Earth was first formed, it was just there. It wasn't what we see today. And that's scientists don't want us to understand that, because they want to try and disprove the Bible by, oh, it couldn't have been done in 7 days. It took this, it took that. A day is not a day. A God day isn't an Earth day. I mean, because an Earth day is how long it takes the Earth to spin around. And every day on every planet is different. So heaven day and a godly day isn't an earthly day. So why did he say day by day by day? Well, this is for two major reasons, and then a third that there's plenty of that shown in the Bible. The first reason is to tell us that we are created in His image. Of course, it's not in the first few verses that I read, but in the creation story, it says we're created in His image. That's the first thing. Then the second thing, what did He do on the seventh day? He rested, telling us that, hey, every week you need to take a day to rest. You don't need to work all the time. I don't work all the time. You're created in my image. So don't work yourself to death. Work your 6 days and take the seventh day and rest, and keep it that way. Don't just work yourself to death. And that's part of this. And then the third thing, which is given to us over and over and over and over, and that's how awesome God really is. He created everything. And that's the three major things we need to take from this. And then there are other things that you can take from it about why, about the actual creation of man. But this is really about just the creation of heaven and earth, and just the creation of everything out there, and not just, us people here. And that's it. You can't try to pin this down to, oh, hey, where were the dinosaurs at? Those were never talked about. Where was this at? It was just a day. Oh, the earth can't be millions of years old because the Bible only spans a few thousand years. Well, just because this is 7 days doesn't mean that some of this time wasn't millions of years here on earth. And there's plenty of time in here. And also, there's no mention of time between when Adam and Eve were created and when they sinned. The first sin doesn't say, oh, this happened day number 2. It didn't say it happened day number 5,653, because Adam and Eve were meant to live forever until they sinned, and the punishment for sin is death. Until sin, there was not to be death. Adam and Eve were created to live forever, and they were not created to make babies and everything. The baby making was a punishment of the sin, and that's something that a lot of people don't get from this, and that's why they're like, oh, science has got to be wrong, because there's no way the earth has been here for even half as long as they say it has. Yes, it could have been, because there's a lot of time that we don't know. It does not give us a time frame of how long it took before Adam and Eve sinned. It doesn't give an actual time frame of how long it was. Because first, before Adam got Eve, he had to name every animal on earth. You know, do you think that was just a day? Heck, that may have took 2 or 3 of our lifetimes to do, naming every animal on earth. You know, I mean, so you've got to realize when reading this and when scientists are trying to disprove this, that time cannot disprove the Bible, because the Bible does not really give us exact time frames of everything in here. It gives us time frames of things we needed to know how long it took to give us an idea of how bad it was. Like, you know, wandered in the wilderness for 40 years, you know, how long it was 3 days for Jesus to rise from the dead. It was not, time was not always, it's not like this stuff's written down and it says, okay, Genesis is 4,553 BC, God created the heavens and earth. No, it just says in the beginning. Doesn't say when the beginning was, how long ago it was, there's a lot of time missing from the Bible. And you've got to realize that this is not the entire history of the world. I mean, like I said, I'm reading in 1st and 2nd Kings right now, and there's a lot of times it references other books. You know, the history of the kings of Israel is where this person's whole life is at. You know, and for the Bible to even tell you that, hey, I've got history missing here, go to this resource to get this history, that means that the Bible is just what God, just centered around God and telling us what God did to people to give us a guidance as to what to do. And that's what the Bible is. The Bible is to give us guidance as to what to do. It is not a complete history of the world. And you've got to realize that this is not a complete history of the world, and don't try to make it a complete history of the world. But anyway, I see now that I'm hitting over 7 minutes, so I'm gonna end the video. I try to keep them under the 8 to 10 minute mark. Sometimes I ramble more. But anyway, if you're new to my videos, please subscribe to my channel so you can get more of these. I try to put out 2 a week. Sometimes I only get 1 out. And also, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button, share it with your friends. More people I feel need to see these. So share it with your friends. Put it on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, Instagram, you know, anywhere you can share videos. Go and share my video with your friends. But anyway, I'll see you next time, and everybody have a great week, and God bless.